Hi there, Suzette here, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna make another favorite Korean recipe that is made of glass noodles. Let's get started. So japchae is really my favorite Korean noodle dish. So I love Korean recipes. They are healthy, spicy, and absolutely delicious. So here I'm gonna use sweet potato noodles. That's the glass noodles, and vegetables, and soy sauce, sugar, and sesame oil and sesame seed. Okay, here we go. So the first thing to do is boil or blanch the spinach for about 30 to 40 seconds until it turns bright and green. So blanching greens or giving them a quick cook in hot water to cook them through and soften them. So and then shocking them with cold water to stop the cooking process so they don't get mushy and keep their texture. So this is the best way to cook tender greens. So right now I'm waiting for this spinach to be done, and I prepared a bowl of cold water so I can dump it there to stop the cooking immediately. So here we go. I think this is already ready. So I'm gonna drain. So this water I will keep for the glass noodles. So yes, I will use the same water to boil the glass noodles. So I'm gonna dump this right away to the bowl of cold water so that the cooking will stop. Otherwise, if I don't, then the spinach will become soggy. Yeah, here. That is the one. So now I'm gonna squeeze this to remove the extra water. So I also set aside a huge bowl because I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna make this by hand. So I will separately cook every ingredient and then put everything in the bowl and mix together by hand. So this is how japchae is done traditionally. So now this is the glass noodles. This is made of starch actually. So glass noodles are really easy to make and cook very quickly. They can be soaked in warm water for about 10 minutes or boiled like this one that I'm doing. So the only option for japchae is to boil, because this is, I will make this by hand. I will mix together, so I will make sure that the noodles are really cooked. So actually they don't take long to boil. So just be careful not to overcook them. Only cook them until they are soft, which should take about 5 to 7 minutes. Disclaimer lang po, I'm not a professional cook. So I'm just sharing you what I do at home. So I know that there's no rule of thumb in cooking. So I always, make experiment. So right now I'm cutting these noodles because they are very long, so it's hard to eat them. Even if you use chopsticks, So I want to make them short, so the mixing also should be easy if you do this. if you cut them. So yeah, so this japchae is very easy, but sometimes if it's your first time, it looks very complicated because you cook them separately. So right now I am slicing the blanched spinach so I can put them in a bowl. So this bowl I will use for mixing. So everything will go here. Okay, so the noodles are done. So this is ready. So I'm gonna drain this, and these are going to the big bowl. So here we go. So the noodles are done. So it's now here ready for mixing. But there's a lot more to come yet. So now initially I'm gonna put some spices on the noodles itself so that it will absorb before mixing. So I'm gonna add, this is soy sauce a little bit, and sesame oil. The sesame oil is the best thing, so that's the most important thing. That makes the food very delicious. And then sugar, and then ground pepper. So that's just the initial for the noodles only, because while it's hot, it can absorb the flavor. Yeah, I feel good right now because I think the noodles are cooked into perfection. It's perfectly tender, soft. So I'm happy. So at this point, I am going to saute the onions, the green and then the regular onions, and then the garlic. I'm gonna saute them, and I'm gonna put them in a large bowl. So I'm gonna include them in the mixing as well. So everything I'm gonna make with my hands. So I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm halfway there. And so now we will wait for these onions to become translucent, as well as the stalk, the white stem. How do you call that, of the green onions? We'll wait them to become translucent, and that's the sign that we have to, we have to put them in the bowl for mixing. So right now I am making an omelette. So this is also a nice addition to the japchae. So yeah, so I am using one egg. Actually, I have made another one, so I will include that later. So yeah, so I will slice them and then add them to the mixture. So I'm really excited. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Few things to do, and I'm gonna try my homemade japchae. Oh la la. So one thing I love about pandemics, I know, because I have learned so many things, and one of them is cooking. So I'm stir frying the carrots right now. So carrots can add colors to the japchae. I'm sorry, japchae. Japchae, I think that's the correct pronunciation. The J is pronounced as C, so japchae. Yeah, so carrots, they make the japchae colorful. Look at the colors. Orange, the green, and then the noodles. So one more thing and then I will start mixing. So here is my favorite ingredients of all. This is the crab meat. So originally it is supposed to be beef, but I replaced the beef with uh, crab meat because today is Friday and it's Good Friday. So it is traditional in the Catholic Church that we don't eat meat on Friday, on Good Friday. So I'm using and replacing the meat to the crab, which is not bad because it is equally very, very good. And it makes it colorful. I am really very excited. It's almost done. So there's one more. I think I forgot about the eggs. So now I will start slicing the omelette because these eggs can also give uh, colors because of its yellow and to the green and to the orange, perfect. And the texture of the egg plus the starchy, noodles and everything, and then um the crab meat, it makes Japchae perfect. So now I'm gonna add, after this, I'm gonna add all the ingredients. I'm gonna add more of the soy sauce, the sesame seeds, the ground pepper, and the sesame oil. And so I am into the last step, which is the mixing. So notice that I'm using gloves. It is, yeah, so it is really very easy and you can mix everything by hands. So because if you will use utensils here, it cannot be done because there's small, particles of ingredients, and you cannot really mix them well. Now actually I have already added some soy sauce, the condiments I have already added, so I forgot to film it. It's really, signs of time. It's signs of, aging. I will admit that. So, I forgot to film other, steps. So I'm sorry for that. But anyway, I have added everything. I have added the soy sauce, the sesame oil, sesame seeds, and everything. So the sugar, I added them again for the whole mixture. So here I go. So I'm enjoying the mixture because I can feel that the everything is mixed together for a perfect meal, for a perfect dish. So this is the result. First time ever to make this, but it's really look good. But I'm gonna share with you later on. And this is the result. So let's try my homemade japchae. Mmm. Lovely. It's so yummy. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you try this. See you next time. Bye.